What if I told you there is a piece of land on Earth that no country wants to own? Not because it's too dangerous, not because it's cursed, but because claiming it would actually cost them something far more valuable. Think about that for a second. We live in a world where countries fight wars over tiny islands, where borders are protected with fences, soldiers, and surveillance, where even a few kilometers of land can decide political power, economic control, and national pride. And yet, there is a place that both neighboring countries look at and deliberately choose to ignore. Hidden between Egypt and Sudan lies a strange, forgotten stretch of desert called Bir Tawil, a place with no government, no official owner, no permanent population, a place that, in legal terms, doesn't belong to anyone, and its existence feels like a glitch in the very idea of borders. 1. Where exactly is this place? Bir Tawil sits in northeast Africa, in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Covering roughly 2,000 square kilometers, it is larger than cities like London or New York. But unlike those cities, Bir Tawil is completely empty. No roads, no electricity, no infrastructure, just dry desert, rocky hills, and extreme heat. Temperatures here can rise above 40 degrees Celsius in the summer. Rainfall is almost non-existent. Water sources are incredibly scarce. Even nomadic tribes rarely pass through this area for long. It is not just unclaimed, it is almost unlivable. And yet, despite all of this, geographically it sits in a very important location. Right between Egypt and Sudan, two countries with long histories, strong identities, and strategic interest. So why would both of them ignore it? 2. The map that broke reality. To understand this mystery, we need to go back to a time when Africa was being divided, not by its people, but by foreign empires. In the late 1800s, the United Kingdom controlled both Egypt and Sudan. Like many colonial powers, the British wanted clear, simple borders. So in 1899, they drew a straight line across the map, the 22nd parallel north. No mountains, no rivers, no regard for tribes or geography, just a ruler and a line. According to this border, Bir Tawil was part of Sudan, and the Ib Triangle was part of Egypt. Simple, right? But then came 1902, and with it, a decision that would quietly create one of the strangest border situations in history. The British realized that the straight-line border didn't match how people actually lived. Local tribes, trade routes, and administrative control didn't follow neat lines. So they adjusted the borders, this time based on practicality, not geometry. Now, Bir Tawil was placed under Egyptian administration. The Ib Triangle was placed under Sudanese administration. Two borders, both official, both created by the same authority, and neither one erased the other. 3. The land that no one wants. Fast forward to today. Both Egypt and Sudan are independent nations, and both have to decide which border is the real one. Here's where it gets fascinating. Egypt chooses the 1899 border. Sudan chooses the 1902 border. At first, this sounds like a disagreement, but in reality, it's a strategy because of one critical piece of land, the Ib Triangle. This region is everything Bir Tawil is not. It has coastline along the Red Sea. It has fishing industries. It has access to trade routes. It has potential natural resources. It has value. So both countries want it. But here's the twist that makes this story so unique. To claim the Ib Triangle, each country must accept a border that gives the other control of Bir Tawil. And Bir Tawil, it offers almost nothing in return. So both countries make the same silent decision. They reject the border that gives them Bir Tawil, and in doing so, they leave it unclaimed. 4. A legal ghost on the map. Because of this unusual situation, Bir Tawil has become something extremely rare in modern geopolitics. A place that is not disputed, a place that is not occupied, a place that is simply unclaimed. This makes it a true example of terra nullius, a concept that once played a huge role in colonial expansion, where land could be claimed if no one officially owned it. But in today's world, almost every piece of land is accounted for, mapped, claimed, controlled, except this one. Bir Tawil is like a blank space in an otherwise full map, a legal ghost, sitting between two nations. 5. Could someone start a country here? Naturally, this raises an exciting question. If no one owns Bir Tawil, could someone just go there and start a new country? In theory, it sounds possible. No military to stop you, no government to challenge you, just empty land waiting to be claimed. But in reality, it's far more complicated. In 2014, Jeremiah Heaton attempted exactly that. He traveled to Bir Tawil, planted a flag, and declared it the Kingdom of North Sudan. His goal? To fulfill a promise to his daughter, making her a princess. It captured global attention. For a moment, it seemed like something out of a fairy tale. But the real world doesn't work like that. Because to create a country, you need more than just land. You need a permanent population, a functioning government, defined borders, and most importantly, international recognition. Without recognition from other nations, a country doesn't officially exist, and Heaton's claim was never recognized, which means Bir Tawil remained exactly what it was before. Unclaimed. 6. The harsh reality of living there. Even if someone could claim Bir Tawil, living there would be extremely difficult. This is not fertile land. There are no rivers, no reliable water sources, no natural infrastructure. The climate is unforgiving. Blazing heat during the day, cold nights, frequent sandstorms. Building a sustainable settlement here would require massive resources: food, water, shelter. Everything would need to be imported or engineered, which defeats the idea of an independent, self-sustaining nation. In other words, even if Bir Tawil is free land, it comes with a cost that most people are not willing to pay. 7. Why this story actually matters. At first glance, Bir Tawil might seem like just a strange geographical curiosity, but it reveals something much deeper. It shows how much of our world is shaped not by nature, but by decisions made in the past. Lines drawn by colonial powers over 100 years ago, still affecting real-world politics today. It also challenges a basic assumption we all grow up with, that every place on Earth belongs to someone, because Bir Tawil doesn't. And that raises a bigger question. If borders are just human decisions, then how many other rules about the world are just constructs? 8. Are there other glitches like this? There are a few places that come close. Parts of Antarctica are governed by international agreements rather than ownership. Some regions around the world are disputed, claimed by multiple countries. But Bir Tawil is different, because it is not claimed, not fought over, not governed. It is intentionally left alone, which makes it one of the rarest geopolitical anomalies on Earth. 9. What happens in the future? So what will happen to Bir Tawil? Will it remain unclaimed forever? Possibly, but the real answer is far more complicated. The fate of Bir Tawil is directly tied to a much bigger and more valuable dispute, the Halaib Triangle. Right now, both Egypt and Sudan claim the Halaib Triangle, a region along the Red Sea that holds strategic importance, access to resources, and valuable coastline. But here's the catch. The borders that define Halaib also define Bir Tawil. If Egypt officially accepts one version of the border, it strengthens Sudan's claim to Halaib, something Egypt will never agree to. And if Sudan accepts the alternative version, it gives up its claim to Halaib, something Sudan also refuses to do. So both countries are stuck in a silent standoff. In Bir Tawil, it becomes collateral damage of this geopolitical deadlock. For Bir Tawil to ever be claimed, one of these countries would have to willingly give up something far more valuable: territory, resources, and national pride. In reality, that almost never happens. Nations don't just trade away strategic land, especially not land connected to identity, security, and economic potential. There have been unusual attempts by private individuals to claim Bir Tawil, declaring themselves kings or creating fictional nations. But under international law, those claims mean nothing. No recognition, no legitimacy, no real control. So unless there is a major political shift, a treaty, or a rare moment of compromise between Egypt and Sudan, Bir Tawil will likely remain what it is today, a piece of land that exists in a strange legal limbo, unclaimed, unwanted, and completely forgotten by the modern world, which makes it one of the last truly ownerless places on Earth. So for now, Bir Tawil remains untouched, a blank space on the map. So next time you look at a world map, remember this. There is a place on Earth where no country wants control, not because it has no value, but because claiming it means losing something more important. Bir Tawil is not just a desert, it's a loophole in the system, a mistake frozen in time, a reminder that even borders can be broken. And in a world where everything is claimed, there is still one place that belongs to no one. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep stories about hidden borders, geopolitical mysteries, and strange places, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel because the world is full of secrets, and we're just getting started.